As Seneca once said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it.
Time, that elusive, intangible asset we all possess, yet often fail to value. It slips through our fingers like grains of sand, unnoticed and unappreciated. But why is it that we treat time so carelessly? Let's turn to the wisdom of Seneca, the ancient Roman philosopher. He had a profound understanding of time's value. He viewed it not as an infinite resource, but as a finite one. He believed that while we can earn more money, gain more power, or acquire more possessions, time is the one thing we can never replenish. Seneca taught us that time is the ultimate currency. Unlike money, once spent, it's gone. You can't earn it back, you can't borrow it, you can't steal it. It's non-negotiable, it's irreplaceable. He believed that we squander our time, treating it as if it's an unlimited resource. We procrastinate, we delay, we put off until tomorrow what could be done today. And in doing so, we waste our most precious asset. He urged us to recognize the value of each moment, to appreciate the beauty of now, the power of the present. He encouraged us to live fully, to engage deeply, to act decisively. He warned us against complacency, against assuming that we have all the time in the world. Because the truth is, we don't. Think about it. If you knew that each moment you're living right now is irreplaceable, wouldn't you treat it differently? If you understood that every second that ticks by is a second you'll never get back, wouldn't you make the most of it? In our modern world, where we are constantly bombarded by distractions, Seneca's philosophy on time is more relevant than ever. It's a valuable lesson for all of us, a reminder to cherish each moment, to live fully and intentionally. Seneca reminds us that time is our most valuable asset. We can't earn it back, so we must use it wisely. As we delve deeper into Seneca's philosophy in the upcoming scenes, let's carry this thought with us. Time is precious. Don't waste it. To truly understand Seneca's lessons on time, we need to grasp his concept of time scales. It's a core element of his philosophy, and it's a way of looking at time that can genuinely change how we perceive our day-to-day lives. So, what are these time scales Seneca spoke of? They are the past, the present, and the future. Each scale represents a different aspect of time, and according to Seneca, a balanced life requires a proper understanding and use of all three. Let's start with the past. Seneca believed that we should learn from our past, but not dwell on it. He argued that spending too much time mulling over past mistakes or victories is essentially a waste of precious present moments. He urged us to use our past as a guide, not as a destination. Next, we have the present. This, Seneca argued, is the most crucial time scale. It's the only scale where we truly have control and the capacity to act. The present is where life happens, where decisions are made, where we can influence our path. Seneca stressed the importance of living in the present and not squandering these moments. Finally, there's the future. While Seneca acknowledged the importance of planning for what's ahead, he warned against becoming too engrossed in future prospects. Just as with the past, dwelling too much on the future can rob us of our present. In essence, Seneca's timescales remind us to learn from our past, act in our present, and plan for our future. It's about creating a balance and understanding that focusing too much on any one scale can lead to a waste of time. The beauty of Seneca's philosophy is its simplicity and its relevance, even in our modern, fast-paced world. His lessons on time remind us of the value of each moment and the importance of using our time wisely. Remember, time is always moving. It's our job to move with it, not against it. So how can we apply Seneca's lessons to our daily lives? Seneca, the wise Stoic philosopher, was well aware that time is our most valuable asset. Unlike money or possessions, once it's gone, it can never be regained. So how do we ensure we're making the most of it? Firstly, we need to prioritize our tasks. Seneca taught us that not all tasks are created equal. Some are essential for our growth and happiness, while others are mere distractions. To manage our time effectively, we need to determine which tasks are truly important and focus our energy on those. This might involve making a to-do list each morning, ranking tasks in order of their significance, and devoting our best hours to the tasks that matter most. Next, we must avoid procrastination. Procrastination is the thief of time, as the saying goes. When we put off tasks, we're not only delaying their completion, but we're also wasting valuable time that we could be using to accomplish other things. Seneca encouraged us to act with urgency, to seize the day and to avoid postponing tasks that can be done now. Finally, we need to maintain a sense of urgency. This doesn't mean rushing through tasks or living in a state of stress. Rather, it means recognizing the value of each moment and making the most of it. Seneca believed that life is short, but we make it seem long by the way we waste our time. By maintaining a sense of urgency, we can ensure that we're not squandering our most precious resource. Incorporating these strategies into our daily routine can dramatically improve our time management. They can help us to live more productive, fulfilling lives and to avoid the regret that comes with wasted time. By applying Seneca's lessons, we can make the most of every moment and avoid the regret of wasted time. Because as Seneca himself said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Avoiding time wastage is easier said than done, but Seneca gives us some valuable advice. He reminds us that the most precious commodity we have is time itself. The sands in the hourglass never stop falling, and once gone, they cannot be replaced. The key, then, is to make the most of each grain. Firstly, Seneca warns us about the perils of indecision. He tells us that hesitation is the thief of time. We often spend so much time pondering our options that we lose the chance to act. So what's the antidote? Decisiveness. We must cultivate the ability to make decisions swiftly and confidently. This doesn't mean rushing into things without thought, but rather weighing our options, making a choice and then sticking to it. Next, Seneca draws our attention to the pitfalls of laziness. We might view it as a harmless indulgence, but Seneca sees it differently. To him, laziness is the silent squanderer of time. It creeps up on us, whispering sweet nothings about rest and relaxation, and before we know it, hours have slipped away. The remedy? Find your purpose, your motivation, your why. It's this that will spur you into action, that will make you leap out of bed in the morning ready to seize the day. Lastly, Seneca speaks of distraction, that insidious time waster that lurks in every corner of our modern lives. It's in the ping of a new email, the buzz of a social media update, the allure of a shiny new gadget. Seneca's advice? Practice self-discipline. Learn to say no, prioritize what truly matters and let the rest fall by the wayside. So there you have it. Seneca's wisdom distilled into 3 practical strategies for avoiding time wastage. Be decisive, combat laziness with purpose, and resist distraction through self-discipline. Every moment wasted is a moment we'll never get back. Let's make each second count. As we wrap up, let's reflect on Seneca's most important lesson, valuing each moment. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, was a strong advocate for the appreciation of time. He believed that every moment is precious, a unique gift that once gone can never be retrieved. He urged us to live in the present, to cherish the now, because this is the only time we truly own. Each day, each hour, each minute is a blank canvas. It is up to us to paint it with the colors of joy, wisdom, productivity, and compassion. Each moment is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to love, to create, to contribute. It is an opportunity to live life to the fullest. Indeed, Seneca's teachings remind us that time is the most valuable commodity we have. It's more precious than gold or diamonds, more valuable than any material possession. Because unlike these things, time cannot be bought, sold or traded. It cannot be stored, saved or hoarded. It can only be spent once, and then it's gone forever. So how do we honor Seneca's teachings? How do we value each moment? We start by being fully present, by embracing the now. We practice mindfulness. We cultivate awareness. We engage fully with whatever we're doing, whether it's work, play, or rest. We stop rushing through life. We slow down. We savor each experience, each interaction, each breath. We also value each moment by using our time wisely. We prioritize, we plan, we set goals. We strive for balance, for harmony, for peace. We seek to fill our time with meaningful activities, with purposeful actions, with enriching experiences. We aim to make a positive impact, to leave a lasting legacy, to make our mark in the world. We can't control time, but we can control how we use it. And by valuing each moment, by living fully and consciously, we can make our time count. we can lead a life of significance, a life of fulfillment, a life of joy. In the words of Seneca, life is long if you know how to use it. Let's use our time wisely, making the most of each moment we're given.